Let me see if there's, oh, I don't see any comments. Did I set this up right? You guys can comment, right? Because I'm not seeing, uh-oh, did I mess it up? Nope, that's not what I wanted. Give me just a second, I'll be right back. Okay, it says that it's set up right. Can you guys comment on here? Tell me who's in here, because it's not showing me anything. And if I didn't set it up right, I'll just close this one out and start a new one. I'm a tech tard. Hello, Patty. Yay, they can comment. Whistle stop, hello. Good morning, Belinda. So I figured I'd do, good morning, Mia. I figured I'd do a live stream for like all the subscribers. But just so you know, this is like really stressful for me because sometimes the comments get really crazy. And I feel like I have to, you know, watch the comments too. And it's just me here, so. Oh, hey, Ed. You changed your channel name. I know Sherry changed hers too, and it's like throwing me off every time I see her comment. Good morning, Melissa. Oh, that sounds like a fun weekend, Patty. Grandbabies would always make it a good weekend. So it is stormy here. I think it's supposed to storm until like noon. So I'm not doing anything outside. And it fits a little better since I live next to a train. Oh, cool, Ed. You didn't have to pull the message. I understand Chinese. So yeah, I don't know how many of you saw my last video, but that snake scared the heck out of me. In fact, I had a comment on the video about someone that lives in Southern California, and she said she'll take that over the wilderness any day, you know, and I'm like, no, I'd rather have a snake in the lumber pile than, you know, snakes in the city. Meaning people snakes in the city. So I'd rather have that any day. So if you guys are members, you know that every morning we do a question of the day. And today's question of the day, what is today? June 8th? Yeah, it must be June 8th because I don't have that one marked. Oh, I'm not sure I want to answer this one on a live stream, but the question is, who was your last argument or fight with, and was it stupid? My answer is, it was with someone that I considered a good friend, and no, it was not stupid. I was standing up for myself for a change, and I have no need to, I still believe I'm 100% correct, so that person's just not a friend anymore, which is kind of sad, but anyhow. So that's the question of the day. Who was your last argument or fight with, and was it stupid? And every morning on the members only chat, good morning, Renee, we do a question of the day. Like tomorrow's is my dream vacation looks like. I'm living my dream vacation, so that's an easy one for me to answer. How are you this morning, Renee? I'm still waiting for Debbie needs to come in, and Judy, and because, okay, Belinda says, my boss, no, it wasn't because I was standing up for my teammates. Our workload is too much and we wanted it changed. Yeah. There's Debbie. Good morning. Debbie, are you getting this rain and storms too, or is it just headed your way? So I am going to tell you guys, I am trying to get to the Kentucky meetup. The bench outside. Oh, Mom's bench. You know, I cleaned it, I painted it, it looked all pristine, and now it's all black from the trees. But I was looking at it the other day, but I have a pressure washer here that I borrowed from Billy, so I'm gonna pressure wash it. Good morning, Donna. So I am gonna try to get to the Kentucky meetup, I decided. It might just be for a day. You know, I might just drive out there and sleep in my car and then stay for a day and then come back home. Not sure if any more is coming. I just woke up. If it's going west to east, it's headed your way because it's supposed to rain here until noon. But it's been storming pretty good all night, so I have an excuse. I don't have to go out and water my garden now. You know, of course, I watered it all yesterday, so now it's getting soaked, but yeah, I think yesterday I installed the pantry light, which was really cool. I like that. So you guys will see that video probably tomorrow, whenever I edit it. Oh, there you go, Belinda. Vermont has lots of rain right now, too. I don't mind the rain in June. I actually like it. I don't like the rain in the springtime because we had that tornado come through here, and I'm just not a fan of the tornadoes. Kind of scare me. So even with the mobile home tied down now, the you know, tying it down, if a tornado hits it, it's still going to get destroyed. So, but I am going to try to make it to Kentucky. I decided that last night. That'll be probably the one meetup that I go to every year, because I need a vacation from these dogs, man. They're like 24/7. They're like toddlers constantly. I got to stand up for a while here. So I'm still plugging away at my little to-do list. Cleveland Angel would love to know what camera you use and editing software. The camera I use is a GoPro 9, and I would not recommend spending money on that. I wish that I would have listened to others when I bought that one. I started with a GoPro 5, and I had all kinds of problems with it. So then I got the 9, and now I have even more problems. So I would say save up your money and get the Canon one that everyone talks about. And if you are on the Facebook groups for YouTube, they'll tell you what the camera, it's a Mark 7 or something like that, but much better camera than the one I have. You can't zoom, none of that stuff. And the editing software I use is Filmora. And that's just the one I started with, Filmora. They had a thing where you paid a one-time fee and you had lifetime subscription for Filmora. So I went with that years ago. And that's what I'm used to. So that's what I use. I still can't go. Had $6,000 of repairs. Oh my goodness, Belinda, that's not fun. Yep. Melinda's the same. Belinda's the same way with the GoPro. The battery dies constantly. If it's 72 degrees outside, it overheats. I bought all the bells and whistles for it too, you know, like the microphone and the stabilization thing and all that, and that just drains the battery faster. So, yeah, I'm not a fan of the GoPro. And my main thing is you can't zoom in on anything. Like if I wanted to try and zoom in on that snake that was in the pile, I couldn't do it with the GoPro. I had to go in and edit a picture and then use that. I'm hoping that I could still sell the GoPro 9 when I, you know, with all the bells and whistles when I get a real camera, but I don't know. I might keep it for like different shots or something, but I'm not really set up that way. You know, I'm lucky I can move one camera, much less two. And then just started using new software on my new phone to put out my first video in the last 3 months. Nice, Ed. I have the iPhone now, but I haven't figured out the camera on it yet. I'm such a tech tard, and it's so hard to... I had to Google how to take a screenshot on the iPhone. So I'm like, not good with technology at all. I keep watching the pawn shops here though to see if I can find a camera that's better than the one I'm using now. But I haven't had any luck lately. I guess there's too many videographers out there right now that they get to them before me. So who here watched that video of the snake and counted how many times my hand was right in front of it or my face was right in front of it? When I went back to edit the video later and I saw how close my hand was to that thing, I was measuring the stick of lumber that was right next to, you know, the one that was covering him. I did scream, well, and I almost edited that part out, Belinda, where I jumped back and went, hell no. When I was editing, I was like, wait, I got to watch my language here because I know I said something inappropriate, I'm sure. But it was interesting watching the footage back when I was editing it and how I reacted. And I still have no clue where that snake went. So, yeah, me either. I was being very careful. I walked out there. I was looking at the ground. You know, I was being very careful when I took the tarp off that pile. And then it was right there all along. And what's funny is when I was taking the tarp off, it smelled like one of the dogs went to the bathroom. And like really bad, really powerful smell. And so I was looking around at my feet going, am I stepping in dog poop? You know, like what's going on here? And then I smelled it again. And then I was looking on Google and they said that sometimes you smell cucumbers when they're ready to strike and sometimes you smell dog poop. Right, Belinda? Well, and I saw there's like a little nest of leaves and pine needles and stuff on the top corner. And so I saw that and I thought, oh, do I have mice nesting in here or something? Well, I probably did once upon a time and the snake took care of it. But I saw that and I didn't see the snake while I was looking for one. And I know people tell me, you know, they're not aggressive, they're not just gonna bite, whatever, but still. I wish I knew where that one went. My biggest fear, I think, is stepping on one. So my neighbor came over yesterday and did all the blowing and stuff for me. She blew all the leaves out of there and stuff. So I haven't been over there to look yet, but hopefully it's just dirt out there. But I think it was a good wake-up call for me, too. A snake is a snake and a dead one in my book. Yeah, like I said, I like what my neighbor says about him. She said she's afraid of 3 different types of snakes. A live snake, a dead snake, and a stick that looks like a snake. And that's exactly it. I kept seeing sticks. They were all over my driveway because of the storms. And I hadn't got a chance to get out there and clean it all up yet. And I was always terrified one of them was going to be a snake, so. So one of y'all asked in my videos when I'm going to get back to work on the inside of the house, and that answer to that question is now. So it's supposed to be 90 degrees outside today. There's no way I'm working on anything outside. I think the only things I have left to do outside before fall is finish up the pool, I hope. And then I have to stretch the dog fence in one little area and build a gate over there. And I have to build a gate for the garden. And so I'll be doing those either early in the morning or really late at night when it's cooler. And then other than that, there's nothing else I'm gonna be doing outside until the fall when it cools off again. And then I'll be back to, I have to replace all the screws on the siding. I want to paint, but we'll see. Oh no, Belinda, I couldn't even imagine. 95-degree heat there, And do you guys get the same humidity? I know our heat index is over 100 today because of the humidity. I'm so grateful for these air conditioners because they work wonderful. In fact, I keep thinking I'll be in the house here and it's nice and cool and there's no humidity and I think, oh, I'm going to go outside and do something. And I open up the door and I go, nope. Because I forget that it's still hot out there. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but Titus is over there complaining. He wants to go outside in the rain. So did anyone answer the question of today? Who was the question of the day today was, who was your last argument or fight with and was it stupid? I know Belinda answered it. When it is raining or getting ready to rain, otherwise it's not 30%. Oh, wow. Good morning, Judy. How are you? And how was the graduation? Was it the graduation or the graduation party? I think it was the graduation that you said you were going to. And Nia, how are you feeling this morning? Did I already tell you guys I got the pantry light put in? Oh, there you go, Debbie, the health insurance company, yeah. And it was 488 kids. Wow, that's how many were in my graduating class at my school. Yeah, it wasn't stupid if it was with the health insurance company. That's never stupid. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome, Nia. I'm glad to hear that. So maybe you won't have to do that appointment after all. lost my little marker for this. Here it is. So I'm thinking I'm going to try and do these live streams on Saturday morning every week for all the subscribers. And if you can't comment right now, that's because you're not a subscriber. You have to be a subscriber for 20 minutes before you can comment on the live stream. But once you subscribe, then you're more than welcome to come in here and chat. Lakeview, Minnesota North, southern suburb of Minneapolis, my youngest grandchild. That is so neat. I know when my son graduated, my youngest son, he graduated from the same high school I graduated from. And in my class, there was like 360 people. When he went to go graduate, there was over 500. It was years later. But there was over 500 people in his graduating class, and to have to sit there and listen to all those names before they got to his last name started with M. And I know that there was a lot of Asians that got all their, good morning, Alfonso. But they got, I think it was the Lius, L-I-U, that they had to go through like 100 of those before they ever got to my son's name. So the graduation took forever. I hope you're having a blessed day also, Alfonso. Yeah, when my nephew graduated, he was the graduating class of, there was like 24 in his school, or that graduated. Oh, wow. So 2 hours. I think we were there all day. We had to drive from the Sierras to the Bay Area, and then it was like an all-day ordeal, and then we came back. I know I don't do live streams very often, Alfonso, and it's mainly because I'm only one person here. It's really stressful for me when there's a bunch of people in here commenting at once. I feel like I get lost in the comments, and so I do the morning chat for members only, and that keeps the number down smaller. But I think I'm going to do live streams on Saturday mornings for everyone instead of just members. So to get a few more people in here commenting, and I get to answer questions and all that stuff. And I've been getting a lot of questions on my videos because I know I have new people that are following from the mobile home group on Facebook. And I know they have tons of questions because they keep asking them on the videos. I was hoping that they'd come in here and ask them so that I don't have to do all that typing. They had, Judy says, negative is that they had it at the university in downtown Minneapolis. Total nightmare driving and parking. Glad to be back in the dead end road in the country. Exactly. I don't like cities. My aunt right now was on a trip to, where all did she go? She went to Nashville and Memphis, and so she's posting all these pictures about Graceland and stuff like that, and I thought, oh, that would be so neat to go watch it, but there's people and traffic and crime, and I probably never will go. You know, it sounds good in my head to go see that stuff, but then in reality, I'm just not a city person anymore. I would be so stressed from all the people around me that I probably would never go. So it's sad, but I know I posted on Facebook too that there was a, someone posted about a marker on the corner of Louisiana, Texas, and Arkansas where you could sit on these little stones and be in all three states. And I thought that would be really cool to go there and visit. And then I think again, it's like there's people. There's people on the road too on the way out there. And I guess I'm too relaxed here that I don't do people very much. Leave me in the country with all the flowers, trees, and animals. Exactly, Belinda. I know we have Jonesboro here, Paragould, Pocahontas, stuff like that, where they have bigger shops. You know, they have like Hobby Lobby and stuff like that. But They have Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff, and I don't go. I think the last time I went to Jonesboro was probably 2 years ago. And I know I went to Batesville to get my cabinets. That was, I think, a year ago. But I'm just not one to go to the city. Graduation classes here, Pittsville, Wisconsin, and maybe 45 kids had three. Yeah, exactly. That's more my cup of tea right there, Judy. Jonesboro is like an hour and 15 minutes from me. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Ed. He said an ad just popped up. You guys can, like I said, I'm not used to doing this live stream stuff, and I'm not even sure I set it up right. Jonesboro is a pretty big city. Batesville is not, but there's still a lot of people in Batesville. I want to say Batesville is probably like 15,000 people, so it's not a huge city, but still way too many people for my liking. I've heard that Nashville is a big city that has retained the small country town feel. I think that Nashville is a lot better than Memphis. My son is actually moving to outside of Nashville, so the chances of me going to Nashville to be the tourist is more likely than me going to Memphis. I've been through Memphis several times, but never, I didn't even know, I guess I wasn't even thinking about all the history and stuff there, and I'm a big history buff, but yeah. Yeah, sorry about the ads, guys. You got 2 ads, Debbie? I gotta read up on how to set up that ad thing, because they took controls away from us, but I think I can still, like, I thought it was gonna pop up and tell me I could, like, tell it no ads for now. See, I heard that Memphis was really bad, not Nashville, as far as crime. Sherry says, dumb question. How did you get the confidence to start learning to use tools and do things yourself? I just bought a fixer-upper home and I am frozen not knowing where to start. Oh my goodness, I've been there, Sherry. How did I get the confidence? It was more of a I had to. When I first started working with tools, I was a single mom at home, and like the plumbing would break. And back then we didn't have Google, so I would like take the part down to the hardware store. And thankfully I had a really cool hardware store in my city. It was like a little mom and pop one, and I would show it to the guys and say, this broke, how do I fix it? And they would say, get this, this, and that, and you're gonna need this wrench. And I'd go home and fix it. But so it was mainly, when I first started, it was mainly out of necessity. And then the more things that I repaired, the more confident that I got. But still now, you know, when I did the plumbing out here, and when I did that video about the plumbing where I was crying and upset and frustrated because my hands don't do what they used to do, that really shook my confidence. I haven't done any big projects here in the house since then, because my confidence was a little shook. I just don't want to jump into something and then wind up with a gaping hole in the side of my house and not be able to close it up. So Belinda says, I did too, but I had to because I never had the funds to hire somebody to do it. Exactly. And then a lot of it too was just watching. My mom was the type of person that would just jump in, and, you know, if she wanted a wall built, she'd jump in and do it. She'd demo it and then make my dad do it later or whatever. So a lot of it was just watching my mom do stuff as I grew up. Alfonso says, is your railroad passenger car now ready to run on rails? It is not, Alfonso. I bit the bullet and pay YouTube not to see ads. Oh, $13 a month. Supposedly it does not take money away from YouTube. I don't know if it does or not, Judy. I have a feeling it doesn't. Thank you, Ed. He says, you've done an amazing job on your place. Hello, Money Pit Homestead. I survived the snake scare because I haven't been outside. I mean, I have, but very little. The snake disappeared on me. I don't know where he went now. So Judy says I learned to self-taught because no money. Yeah, you get really resourceful when you have to. And Alfonso says, where did you get your railroad passenger car from? I would like to have it. He's talking about my mobile home, and I bought it off of Facebook Marketplace. But yeah, I survived the snake scare. It's just like I said earlier, for me, it's a good wake-up call that I need to not only be paying attention to the ground, but also the trees and, you know, the things higher up, and but also not be so afraid to go out there and do stuff. I have to get some stuff out of my shed. And the first couple days afterwards, I didn't even want to go into the she shop to go get the hardware. I went to the store and bought more instead because I was convinced that the snake had moved over into the she shop. I don't have another one, Alfonso. Sherry says, thank you, and I was crying with you when you were doing the plumbing. Exactly, Sherry. You know what, though? It's, like I said, just jumping in, and every little success helps you build confidence. And then even the things that aren't successful, it helps you learn what not to do. Because I make plenty of mistakes, but I usually like to share those. The compost bin that I built is a good example. So I had cut that door out, and then I left it out there in the sun all day. And what happens in the sun is that door curled up, and now it doesn't want to close right. So I'm going to have to go out there and figure out something to put on the inside to make it close flat. So, and I think that when people put those compost, you know, I saw that on YouTube. Some channel was building compost bins like that, but nobody ever came back and said, hey, it curled and this is what, you know, don't do this instead or something. So I'll be doing a correction video once I figure out how to fix it. Debbie says, and here I was trying to figure out what kind of railroad passenger car you bought. Yeah. Belinda's gonna arm wrestle you, Alfonso. I am terrified of snakes, but faith over fear, and God's got my back. So I need to have faith in God that he's still gonna protect me. And I'm not gonna get bit. And if I do get bit, I'll hope it's a dry bite. That's exactly it, Judy. It's you got to be able to. The only failure is failing to try. My son told me that. The son that passed away last year, he told me that when he was a teenager, and I've never forgot it. Money Pit says my grandson was playing in a tree one day, and he looked over, and there one was, we got Donald to shoot it out of the tree. That would terrify me. Oh, you're lucky, Judy. I didn't even know about snake tongs until Dogman mentioned it on my Facebook. I'm like, what are snake tongs? And then he showed me, and I went to go look at him, and I came back and I said, okay, so you trap this snake in these tongs, then what do you do with it? And he said, put it in a bucket and take it to Disneyland, but failed Stan's first attempt at in learning. Exactly. You got to be able to, you got to be willing to make mistakes and then learn from those mistakes. So I made several mistakes marrying the wrong men, and I learned from it. I don't do that anymore. Hey, Patty, how are you? It's early out there for you, right? See, I was wondering about this time slot too, because 9 o'clock my time is like only 7 o'clock in the West Coast, and All those people are probably sleeping on a Saturday. So I might move it up to 10. I don't know. We'll see. I might move the time up to like 10 instead so that others can join us. Oh, and what I didn't tell you guys is I was out in the garden yesterday and I got to harvest. Let me show you. Now this isn't my first harvest because I got the radishes out of there, but I got 2 summer squash. Belinda says, me too, Anne-Marie, which is why I'm single now, waiting on God to bring me my mate. If he doesn't, well, exactly how I feel, Belinda. I'm not even looking. Oh, wow. Patty, I was up at 4 also, which would have been like 2 your time. They've been saying in the news that Colorado may move over to Central Time if we get rid of the daylight savings time permanently. I so wish that they would get rid of the daylight savings time. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the squash. I have plans to make chicken enchiladas or maybe wet burritos. I haven't decided yet, but I think they're going to go in the chicken mixture. And then I harvested my chives again yesterday, but I forgot and left them out, and then they got all wilty. By the time I went back out to the garden to pick it all up, it was all wilty and stuff. Yeah, exactly, Patty. Let's banish daylight savings time. I'm not a fan. But I thought I was going to be able to sleep later. My dogs don't understand daylight savings time at all, so. Oh, nice, Alfonso. I'm still waiting on, I don't have any Brussels sprouts yet, and I don't have any broccoli yet, and I'm thinking it might be too warm for them now. So I may not get any. Lisa says it's hard to find the right time for a live. Donald and I have been doing our lives Sunday at 5. Not sure if that's the best. I agree with you about meeting new friends. But yeah, doing a live stream, I don't know. For me, it's really difficult because it's just me here and trying to watch the comments and talk at the same time. As I'm not talented like that. I can't multitask anymore. So for me, it just got really stressful. I still don't have my garden in because of the rain here, but I will get the concrete blocks leveled today and prepped for dirt. Oh, nice, Belinda. Well, you could do a fall garden if you get it all worked out. I can't imagine shoveling dirt in the heat, though. Right, Debbie? Debbie says my cats don't know daylight savings time either. Alfonso says I had a gardening class from work a few weeks ago. I've learned that it is rude to call the soil dirt. Okay, Lisa wants to know if you live next to her, Belinda, because the rain, so much rain we've gotten. We haven't gotten a garden out either because of all the rain. Oh, nice, Belinda. What I would do for a tractor, I tell you. Dirt is what you get on your clothes that needs to be washed off. I love it. I know Ed's in Texas too. I'm not sure where, but I know he's down there somewhere too. Or he was. I don't know if he moved again. Are you still in here, Ed? I haven't seen him comment for a minute. Oh, and the other thing the other outdoor project I have to do is make an outdoor burn barrel. I have the barrels out there. I just have to go drill the holes in it and set it up. But I think that also is going to be in the fall. because 100-degree heat index out there today. I'm not doing it. And then I had get the riding mower running. But again, I think I'm going to wait for the fall because I'm sure it's got snakes all over it. But I need the riding mower running so I could tote the cart down the hill here and pick up big rocks to line my property. And that's not something I'm going to do in the summertime. I'll just wait until it cools off outside. So I think most of the videos, other than the garden gate and the dog gate, most of the videos you guys are going to see now is going to be back working on the inside of the house. Right now I'm on a quest for a refrigerator. So let's see. Patty says, and people always wondered why I said I couldn't move out that way. Oh, Sherry lives in North Texas also. I'm not sure where Ed lives, but I'm pretty sure it's near the Oklahoma-Texas border. I'm awake. Lisa says this spring has been very rainy and stormy for a lot of states. And she's in Kentucky. That is why, Belinda says that is why my small tractor is a riding mower. I picked up for $100, no mower deck. That's how mine is. Just bought it to tote stuff back and forth on the yard. Yeah, I bought mine for $50 and mainly just to pull that little trailer around. I haven't seen Ed. Did Ed make a comment about where he's at? If so, I missed it. But he was in here. Money Pit, aren't you near where the Kentucky meetup is held? Alfonso says, I would like to have a tractor to go around giving people hay rides. That would be cool. Yeah, I think we might have lost Ed. I'm not sure where he's at in Texas, but for some reason, he had told me before, and unless he's moved again, I thought he was right near the Oklahoma-Texas border, but I could be totally wrong. Oh, and you didn't know who it was? I didn't know who he was either until he came in and told me he was Ed. I'm not sure about the weight that I can pull. The only thing that I pulled with it so far, well, I've pulled a couple of the stones, but I can fill up my little lawn tractor cart full of gravel, and I toted that up the street and it did just fine. So I don't know if there's a weight limit on it or if I exceeded that weight limit, but it worked. That was back when they were moving the shed here and I had a bunch of ruts in the road. So are you going to the Heartland picnic? Yeah, that's what I thought, Lisa. I think that's where I met you guys at, was at the Heartland picnic. I am going to do my best to go to that meetup. That's probably the only meetup I'll get to each year. But I plan to go. God may have other plans, so I'm leaving it in his hands. Like I said, I still have to get a refrigerator, like sooner than later. And I have to get a bathroom built. No, it's not. Mine's a lawnmower, Alfonso. It's not an actual tractor. It's called a lawn tractor. And I removed, before I bought it, the guy I bought it from, Billy, he removed the deck from it because I knew I wasn't going to be mowing with it. I was just going to use it to lug materials around, you know, because I'm lazy like that. I just knew that there was, you know, I've got all this land out here, and eventually after the house is done, I'll be working on that land out there, and I want to put fencing up and stuff like that. And I needed a way to tote materials up the road. And at the time I didn't have a truck. So yeah, Debbie, you're like an hour from where the meetup was, right? We plan on going. I think it's a fun day just to hang out with everyone. That's what I'm thinking. I wasn't going to go to it this year, but I kind of miss my friends and I need a vacation each year. So, but I'll probably just go up the night. I'll probably go up Friday, sleep in my car overnight, and then go to the picnic and then drive home Saturday. Because now I have 3 dogs that I need to do boarding for, and yeah, that gets expensive. So that's the plan there. Anyhow, I'm trying to think of what other updates there are. I told you guys I did the pantry light, right? Grayson County. I don't know where that's at, but Debbie probably knows. And Titus is wanting out of that crate. He wants to go outside and, oh look, I can cross off pantry light off my list. And weeding garden, because I did that yesterday too. Hello, Big Joe. Says, hello, beautiful. Hope you're having a great day today. I'm new to your channel. Well, welcome to the Dreamers. Debbie says, okay, not sure where that is, but hello, fellow Kentuckian. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to stay on here because Mr. Titus is in there fussing. Not like I could let him out because it's raining out there. Ah, thank you, Big Joe. So I think today I'm going to work on the inside and I'm going to finish up this brick wall. That's my plan for the day. We'll see if it changes after I get off of this live stream. I'm in tiny Robertson County. Nancy Graves says, I'm in tiny Robertson County, not too far from Grayson. Can somebody, one of my moderators, can you just block that person altogether? Wish you lived closer. I could help you. Oh, wow, Sherry, I wish. Yeah, are you guys able to block, or maybe I can? Gone. Yeah, he's gone now. Sorry. Yeah, I need a fridge, but I was talking on the morning chat with the members before that I'm really leery of the fridges because I'm in the South and a lot of people have cockroaches in their house and I am terrified of them. And I know cockroaches like to live in electronic things. So I'm leery about buying a used one unless it's from a store. And so that's what's on my list. Thank you, Patty. But that's what's on my list for this month is I have to get a fridge because mine is acting really, it's probably fine, but I'm getting a lot of humidity in the refrigerator area. And then in the freezer area, I'm getting icicles on the top of the freezer and it's supposed to be self-defrosting. And this fridge, I bought it in 2018. So, and it's been through a lot because it was in the trailer with me. It's been moved all over. So, thank you, Donna. But yeah, this fridge has been through a lot. So, and I know that they're not built to last anymore. So I really need to get just a regular old fridge. But I think what I'm going to do this next week is go out shopping. There's a appliance store here near me where they sell the used appliances or the dented appliances. So I'm gonna go look there, and then there's a place in town that has, in my little town here, that has brand new refrigerators, and I want to see what the price difference is, because if I can get a brand new one that has a longer warranty than the 30-day, I might do that. The Heartland Picnic is in Grand Rivers, Kentucky, the second Saturday in September. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna try and make it. Like I said, unless God's got another plan for me. Okay, Alfonso, you have a wonderful day. I'm going to get off of here soon, too. I'll hang out for a few more minutes, but I want to get started in this kitchen before it gets 1,000 degrees. It's a whole lot better in here now than it was last year. So last year, I didn't have any sheetrock. I didn't have any insulation. I was thinking back in May is when I was putting the insulation in the walls, the end of May last year, because I was having my well drilled. And so the difference inside now compared to this time last year, a whole lot different, a whole lot cooler in here. Only hide and report them. Oh, wow. I think I got to check and see if managing, I think managing moderators, and I don't know if I have any of those on my channel, but I'm going to put that on here. Because I know that there's regular standard moderators and then there's managing moderators now. So I might need to go in and check that and make some of you guys managing moderators so that you could delete them. But yeah, that's, like I said, I'm a tech tart. I haven't done much of anything with YouTube other than just upload the videos. So I'm like way out of, I had to learn how to go live from my phone, and I'm still not used to that. Once I get my computer moved out here where you guys won't hear the dogs when I go live, then I'll be able to go live from my computer again. But until then, well, welcome back, Belinda. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get off of here so I could go. Now I have to go Google this managing moderator stuff. But I want to go get busy on this wall. And maybe you guys will see a video sometime this next week with the brick done. Thank you so much, Lisa. I do have it set to subscribers only, and they have to be subscribers for 20 minutes. But apparently that one waited around. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. You all have a wonderful weekend. Stay safe in the storms. And members, I will see you Monday morning. And everyone else, I'll see you, well, at the live stream next Saturday or the next video. Have a good one. Yeah, really, Debbie? Must have been something important for him to say. All right, have a good one, everyone.